If Sunday night's tilt between the Cowboys and the 49ers was supposed to be an early season litmus test, then the Cowboys forgot to come to school. It was an absolute pantsing, a 42-10 beatdown that started in the first quarter and just never stopped. Brian Peacock from Locked On 49ers joins me now. And Brian, these looked like the two best teams in the NFC. There is no two best teams in the NFC right now. It is the 49ers and everybody else. What was the key in this one?
Man, this team right now was firing on all cylinders to a degree that I have not seen with the recent iteration of the San Francisco 49ers. Niners in 2019 went to the Super Bowl. This is a better football team right now, top to bottom, more explosive offensively, better quarterback play. Defense is on par. And the only question coming in is like, okay, have either one of these teams really played anybody good this season? They've looked really good in, all but one game when the Cowboys lost to the Cardinals earlier this season. And so it was going to be a big test, right? And it didn't look like much of a test at all for the 49ers. Does that say something about the Cowboys? I don't think it does, because I think the Cowboys are a pretty good team. They're at least a top 5 team in the NFC, and maybe they have their warts. But the 49ers, I don't know how you attack them. I don't know what you try to take away on offense. I don't know how you try to make big plays against their defense. Thought it was a nice call by Mike McCarthy with the slot fade. They got a touchdown earlier in the game. And even then, after that, it felt like with the 49ers going into a halftime with, a 2-score lead, it felt like it wasn't even that close. It just felt like domination from the start for the 49ers. And they are getting not just good, not just, okay, finding people with the football. They're getting great quarterback play right now from Brock Purdy. And at some point, you have to just believe what you're seeing with Purdy. And he is that good. Like, he is that dude right now.
Yeah, and I think I am one of those people who watched Brock Purdy last year and went, oh, it's the weapons. Oh, it's Kyle Shanahan. And I'll be honest, he has made me a believer this year. Some throws in this game that Jimmy Garoppolo is just not making. I tweeted during the game, we have not seen a quarterback play at this level in the Kyle Shanahan offense. He has far exceeded, I think, Jimmy Garoppolo. So this was a team that with Brock Purdy went to the NFC Championship game last year. I don't think there should be questions about that anymore, but I do think there are questions about just how good, are we talking about a top 10 quarterback right now? It looks like it.
He's playing that way, and he does have a lot of weapons, and he does have a really good guy calling the game for him, and he's a perfect fit for the offense, but he's doing a lot.
But so did Nick Mullins.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And CJ Beathard did as well. And Jimmy Garoppolo did. And Brock Purdy's better than all those guys. He's making bigger plays. He's more aggressive throwing the ball. You mentioned last year, and I'm the same way. I'm a cynical guy. It's like, oh, small sample. Let's see a new year. The league has a chance to adjust, watch some tape, coming off an elbow injury, and he's better. There was even the frenetic stuff last year, kind of bailing out of the pocket early. Things look pretty fast for him. He's operating the pocket, anticipation for days, just as calm as ever, a confidence about him as well, making throws, knows where to go with the football. It's pretty unbelievable. And I find myself still not really believing it. It's like, oh, really? Is he this good? But he is. And you just, at some point, you just have to start believing what you're seeing. And that is Brock Purdy is playing excellent football and among the best quarterback in the league right now.
Yeah, and we've probably gone too far without bringing up this defense that holds the Dallas offense to just 10 points and getting contributions not just from their normal guys, getting contributions from backups, guys like Oren Burks, from castoffs like Clelin Ferrell. This is a defense that lost D'Amico Ryans, who's doing a heck of a job out in Houston, and yet they haven't missed a beat. What is it that has allowed this team to just keep on keeping on defensively? They still look so scary.
Yeah, and it's such a sound scheme, which is why Kyle Shanahan, when he was looking for a new defensive coordinator this offseason after D'Amico Ryans took the head coaching job with the Houston Texans, he wanted to keep the same scheme. And it didn't have to be a coach that ran the scheme exactly that way, but he wanted that coach to be able to come in and run it pretty close to the same, because he knew he had the players to run the system. They added Javon Hargrave inside just to make sure they're better with those run fits. And, he's got some pocket pushing ability as well from the interior. They wanted to shore that up, but they knew they had the talent on defense, and Kyle Shanahan believes in the scheme. So he found Steve Wilkes that was willing to come in and run pretty close to the same scheme. There's been some ups and downs for the first few weeks, but it looks like the same unit it always has been. They've got talent everywhere, and they're so sound, and they know how to run it. And when you have star player, and that's what we see on both sides of the ball with the 49ers. Good coaching, good schemes, but then star players carrying out those schemes. And when you have Bosa and you have Hargrave up front and you have Eric Armstead, and then you have behind him the best linebacker tandem in the league with Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw flying around, and just really smart players in the secondary. I don't know how you attack this team right now. And we were talking a little bit off the air. How do you poke holes? They're peaking too early. Maybe they are. You hope that some injuries don't happen to some star players, because it is only week 5. But through 5 weeks, there's nobody playing better football top to bottom right now. They're even amazing in the kicking game right now.